Hey there, happy weekend. Hope you all had an awesome weekend. The sun is out and we are heading into March. As we know, it's IAR prep. We are in this together. We are going to support each other and rock through that. So here, thank you so much for our PD presenters. This week, it was Seegers, Harder, Miller, Rotelli, Collier, Tinsley. Thank you, thank you. We appreciate you. Put this up here. Thought this might be a really cool bell ringer brain break. I don't have the answer to how many triangles there are, but our sweet kids, they probably can figure that out. So we are rocking into some math IAR strategies. So I want you to think about this coming from, teachers that teach outside of math or ELA. I want us to think about how can we support these subject areas. So here, Gage laid out some ideas for us on how to support math building up into IAR. Looking here, I had put a square here. I got this idea from Zadanek, actually, that the 4 square. So 1 square would be a problem from this week, 1 problem from last week, 1 problem from last month, and 1 problem from last year. So working on pulling in lots of different content into like a bell ringer type of activity. And down here, for us that don't teach math, this pulling up a sample test would be great for us to look at those question stems. And then how do we support those question stems within, say, STEM or PE and health, applied tech, art? How can we use something of that similar verbiage to pose a question for our content? So then students are seeing those question stems in different areas. So thank you so much to Gage for supporting or laying that out for us. Miller put together some support for how to start prepping for ELA. Reading and writing on IAR. Again, here is a nice presentation. If you are not an ELA content teacher, it is nice for us to kind of see what they're prepping students with. So this is a presentation that was shared with students. Again, moving down here into this digital library or practice test, looking at those question stems and really, again, putting those as bell ringers with our content area in would definitely be such a support for our students. So looking at that would be great. So you can take a peek at those things. They're all linked in there. I also found a really cool article about multiple choice test strategies. A lot of these we're doing with Achieve every week, but really reviewing these with students. Some of them seem common sense, but again, this is really great practice for our students. Some of them have not taken IAR in 2 years. Some of them have taken it last year, but again, this is just good teaching of how students can do with those multiple choice. Again, reading those entire question. This next bullet point here, typically for students, I will have them read the entire question. I cover up the answers from Achieve and say, answer that question for me. So I want them to verbally or in their mind answer the question and then look at the answers, and they typically can find the correct answer that way. And then they can eliminate wrong answers, obviously that process of elimination. Now, we would think that this is very common sense to read every answer choice, but it is not sometimes because, maybe the first one we thought was it, and then we missed that actually C was the correct answer. So it's encouraging them to read all the way through their choices. And do the questions they know first, and then flag the ones that they were not sure about so they can come back to it. That educated guess goes right into, if they can answer the question in their mind first, that helps them make an educated guess to find the right answer. And then some of these words down here, these negative, the negative words, sometimes if there's a double negative or whatever, in the question, sometimes that can throw kids. So just going over these to support our students as they move forward. So these are some ideas. Hopefully they help you as we walk into March, and thinking of you. We're going to have a great week and see you tomorrow.